Trigonometry revision question number 6. In this question, it says a building 30 meters high casts a shadow 43 meters long at a particular time. What is the angle of elevation from ground? So here it is a word problem, and it would be helpful if we can make some illustration. Now we don't need to be very good artist, just have to draw a few lines to get the illustration. There's a building, so that's my building with some windows and some levels. Yeah, all good. And then that's 30 meters high. 30 meters. Now it is casting a shadow. It is casting a shadow that is 43 meters long. So the shadow is 43 meters long. The building is 30 meters high. The shadow is 43 meters long. The question is, what is the angle of elevation from ground? From ground to the top of the building. So if we make a straight line from the end of the shadow and then to the tip of the building, so if you make a straight line, right, that's an imaginary line, from the tip of the shadow to the top of the building, it is asking what is that angle of elevation. So that is the angle of elevation. How much elevation angle there is. Let's call that angle theta. You can call it x, you could call it m, you could call it g, any alphabet, any variable. So there's a building 30 meters high, 43 meters long shadow, and we are finding that angle. Next, analyze the triangle. Means we are finding the names of the sides. That is the hypotenuse. No need to mention that because we're not finding that. This one over here is the adjacent side, and the building is opposite to the angle, so this is the opposite side. OPP. Even O and A would do. O for the opposite, A for the adjacent. Now, so try to recall. So ka toa. We're trying to determine, after analyzing the triangle, determine which trigonometric ratio to select, sine, cosine or tangent. We've got O and A. So which of these has got O and A? Tangent. So how does TOA transform into the formula? T means tangent of the angle theta equals OA means opposite over adjacent. So now fill in the values in the second line. Tangent of the angle theta is equal to, the opposite side is 30 and the adjacent side is 43. What are we finding over here? We're finding the value of theta. That means tangent will go on the other side. So theta will be equal to, when the tangent from one side goes to the other, it becomes inverse tangent. On the calculator, we'll be pressing shift 10. So theta would be equal to tangent inverse of 30 over 43. So the calculator will help us out. The angle theta of elevation from the ground to the top of the building is equal to. So now we will need our calculator. So shift tangent. Shift tangent. Yes, of 30 over 43. 30 over is the ABC key, 43. So tangent inverse of 30 over 43, and then I need to press equal. So tangent inverse of 30 over 43 is equal to 34.902. 34.902. Now, if the question does not state how many decimal places to give the answer to, always round it off to 2 decimal places. So up to 2 decimal places, The third decimal place is a number that is less than 5, so you don't add 1 to the second digit. So angle theta equals 34.90 degrees. So if you're giving the answer for angle, make sure you put the symbol for the degrees. That is the angle of elevation. To make the answer more presentable, you can add on some words. 34.90 degrees is the angle of elevation. Now we don't get any bonus marks for writing that sentence. As long as you've shown that you found 34.90 degrees, you get full marks. It is very important to show your working, because if you get the final answer wrong, you can be awarded some marks for appropriate working, for consistent working. So make sure you show your working in each and every question wherever possible to be able to get some marks even if your final answer is wrong. So I hope you've learned about transforming a word problem into an illustration and then solving it accordingly. Thanks for watching.